The protesting players of the Saints and Packers got a taste of their own medicine before they squared up for a classic battle of gridiron football at Lambeau Field. Just before the game started, the fans and players saw something in the sky that they weren't exactly used to seeing. It was a small airplane circling the field, but there was something hanging from it that caught them off guard. Upon closer look, they noticed it was a banner that had a message to all the people in the stadium. It was a message especially to those who take a knee to protest the national anthem and show their disregard and disrespect to American citizens, soldiers, veterans, and our great country in general. The banner trailing behind the small aircraft stated, "Real men and NFL owners should stand for our country." If that's not a statement about being a true man and American citizen, then I don't know what is. It targets men specifically because it's pointed directly at the extremely overpaid athletes who've plagued the NFL with protests and turned away so many fans that ratings are nosediving faster than a bee going in for the sting. Nothing stings more than seeing ratings tank, right? Lambeau Field got an interesting treat hours before the Green Bay Packers Week 7 contest versus the New Orleans Saints. Per Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network, there was a plane flying over Lambeau Field with a banner saying "Real men and NFL owners should stand for our country." Here's a look at the banner. The NFL has been dealing with the national anthem protest the last month. More players started to take a knee or sit during the national anthem after President Donald Trump said players should be fired for protesting. There is no word if the Packers or Saints saw the banner, but even if they did, each team's biggest concern for today is trying to find a way to win rather than worrying about a banner. There is no bigger concern in the NFL than winning and selling. If the team is losing games, then they're losing money. If the team is losing fans, then they're losing even more money. Nowadays there are many teams experiencing losses on all sides of the spectrum. Losing games, losing fans, losing money, and that's not good for a team's longevity in the league. The players, owners, and Commissioner Goodell need to come to an agreement that gets these political protests out of the NFL games or the league will eventually tank. If the league tanks, that could be a great thing for us. We might get to attend games for normal everyday prices. It was reported that NFL players and owners gathered to discuss the situation with the protesters taking a knee. It was later reported that nothing came out of the meeting, although it was a positive meeting, but alas, the protests weren't banned like they should be. Some people remind us that military veterans fought for our right to protest and have peaceful assembly. That's correct, however, the NFL players are at work and they should not be protesting while they're at work. They are protesting towards their own fans who are now turning their backs on their team, their favorite players, and the league in general. If you protested things at your job, then you would probably be fired. The protesting NFL players should be fired too. Of course, that's not how the league or million-dollar NFL contracts work. Teams who lose don't make as much money, so suspending players isn't in the best interest of the team owners. However, the league could fine any players who protest during the national anthem. Nothing talks more than money, so if players were fined $25,000 each time they protested, then we would see people stop that real quick. Protesting the national anthem has been going on for quite a while in the NFL and it hasn't made a difference except for people boycotting the league. NFL players need to remember that the customers/fans are why the players can have million-dollar contracts for playing a little kid's game. If fans didn't spend so much money to watch a game, eat the overpriced food, and get ripped off for things like parking and expensive drinks, then the athletes wouldn't earn so much money. Could you imagine if the NFL players only earned $1 million each? If that was the case, then we'd have normal price food and drinks in the stadiums. We wouldn't pay $40 plus for parking. We would be treated like respectable citizens instead of price gouged before we even get in the door. NFL football is entertainment. It's time for the players to realize that we are paying their salary and we don't want politics mixed in with our entertainment. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel.